Okay, so here is breakfast. 15 grams of protein, some blueberries, a lot of blueberries actually, probably add some more. And if you want to be a little extra and get some extra protein in, you could get the protein granola that I use a lot of the time, but I'm at Rose's, so we are going to just be eating 15 grams this morning. Oh shoot. We are ready to go. Run some errands. I am going to go to the gym first because I have been working out earlier every day now. You guys know that I used to go in the evenings, and I had been going in the evenings for 4 years almost, so completely changed it up. I've been trying to go in the afternoon, sometimes the mornings if I make it, but we are going to work out first, and then I have to bring something back to the mall. I have to stop into Aritzia, so let's do it. Gone for a while, guys, but I am back with a very exciting series in my opinion. I'm very excited to do this with you guys. I have been talking about this cut on my socials for a couple weeks. No, definitely longer than that. Probably over a month now I've been talking about this cut. And the funny thing is I did a cut last year around the same time, but I don't feel like I've had the same experience with this cut at all. I feel like this cut has been so different than it was last year for me, and that's because I've tweaked a couple more things and I've been doing some different workouts as well. So I quickly wanted to just share with you guys like what my goals are with this cut and this cutting series that I'm doing on my channel. I also want to explain like what I changed diet wise so that my eating makes more sense. Hopefully explain a little bit more what this series is going to be about and get you guys ready for summer, because I don't know about you guys, but it feels like every year when summer comes around, I don't feel ready to be in a bikini. This year, I finally feel more ready than I think I've ever felt for summer because I've just been preparing better. My cut has just been going better than it did last year, that's for sure. Let's talk a little bit about the series, guys. So, I wanted to film this in a different place other than my car today, so I hope you guys appreciate that. I think for me, I've realized that I don't care how big my butt is, like my butt can be ginormous. If my stomach is not toned in the summertime, I don't feel my best. I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but it's just like I feel like a toned stomach is such an accessory. In the summertime, you can just throw on a cute outfit and you look great. So this year, I've been very motivated to tone my stomach up. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm like so excited about the changes that have kind of happened with my stomach and my ab area as of recently, because I am not someone with super prominent abs. I'm sure you guys can see that from my pictures and videos, but I've never been someone with like big abs that are really obvious. Like that's just not my genetics. So I've been excited about these little changes, maybe too excited, I don't know. But either way, I've been seeing changes and it's been exciting. So I just said I want to do a cutting series on my channel because I loved how my Fit Thick challenge went with you guys. I know that if I do this on my channel, it's going to hold me accountable. I'm gonna be way more consistent than I think I would be if I didn't do it on my channel. I I know a lot of girls are also trying to cut right now. I've been getting a lot of messages, so I just think this is the perfect time to do this. I love that I'm wearing like the baggiest sweatshirt possible for this cutting video. I do have my waist trainer on underneath my sweater, just because I was feeling like very bloated this morning for some reason. I'm feeling better now. I've been wearing it for like 6 hours almost, so I feel a lot better now. I'm gonna take it off in a second. But I honestly just like to throw this on when I want to flatten my stomach a little bit and kind of just feel less bloated. It really has nothing to do with shrinking my waist size. It makes me feel a little bit better. So if you are looking to tone up for summer, tone up that upper body, tone up the stomach, get some more visible ab definition on your stomach, but the key, keep your lower body looking thicker and fuller and your butt looking bigger. That is what this series is going to be. So if that interests you, highly recommend you follow along. And if you are gonna follow along, let me know down below, guys. I'd love to see who is gonna be doing this with us. I'm so excited to do this with you guys. I am excited to be consistent on YouTube again. Quick recap before we get into this full day of eating. I was sick for a good 3-4 days early this week, and I barely ate anything for those days. I kind of just detoxed, didn't eat anything. So I wanted to mention this before we get into the video, and I think I'm gonna do a whole separate video on like cutting questions, just to have it in the series if you ever wanted to refer to that video. But before we get into this, I wanted to give like the most important changes I've made to my diet going into this cut, and kind of just overall themes that I've kept in mind while I've been cutting. I don't know why that took a lot of hand motion. When you think of cutting, a lot of times you associate that with lowering your carbs, your carb intake. And I know that for me, before I got into my cut, I had that idea that I needed to lower my carb intake on certain days at least to keep myself looking more lean. And I personally don't feel like that's the best route to go while you're cutting. And let me explain why. While you're cutting, because we are going to be decreasing our calories in some way. Maybe it's not a drastic decrease, but we are going to be decreasing our calories in this cut. Because we're decreasing calories and we're not eating as much in general, when we work out, there's a risk that we are not going to have the proper energy during our workouts. And our workouts during this cut are extremely important. I would say just as important as our workouts when we were bulking. So our workouts are so important, and if we decrease our carb intake, it's going to affect our energy levels when we're working out. So I have decided to not decrease my carbs whatsoever. We're keeping our carbs the same. We're carving up almost during this cut. And as long as our calories are staying the same every day, ultimately the carbs will not matter. But they do matter when you need the energy. So since we use carbs while we work out, literally our carbs give us energy while we're working out. I wanted to mention that because I know that that is definitely something that most women especially think they need to do when they're trying to lose weight or burn fat. They think that they need to like remove carbs from their diet or just decrease their carbs, and I personally do not want to do that for this cut. So that's first. Second, guys, protein is so important when you're cutting. We need to be making sure we are eating enough protein, more than enough protein, guys. So I think those are the two most important kind of points I wanted to make diet-wise when going into this cut. Carbs, we're keeping them the same. protein, we're hiring our protein, we're eating more protein, making sure we're able to keep as much muscle as possible and also continue to gain muscle, guys. Last thing I want to say, and I want everyone to do this if you are participating in this cut with me, I am going to link a calorie calculator down below, guys, in the description. I want you to go to the link, put in your information and all of your stats. It is going to give you a calorie intake number. For the activity level here, I'm going to be saying that I do daily exercise or intense exercise 3 to 4 times a week because I'm pretty active, especially right now. So for me, it says to maintain my weight, I should be eating 2405. Mild weight loss, a half a pound a week. It wants me to eat around 2155 calories. I'm not gonna go any lower than that. But for me, I'm going to be eating around 2200 calories every day. I really wanted to not do a drastic cut because I don't feel like I have a ton of fat or weight that I want to lose. So it's not a super drastic calorie deficit, but it is going to be significant for me because usually I maintain or go over my maintenance calories. So first and foremost, guys, get your calories. You need to be tracking your calories if you are trying to cut. It is almost impossible to cut without tracking your calories and your macros, guys. So make sure we know how much protein we're eating, what our calorie intake is at every single day. Consistency is key when it comes to any type of cut or bulk. We need to be consistent. So yeah, 2200 calories, that's the goal today. 147 grams of protein, I think I got it. But I'm so excited to do this with you guys. Okay guys, so first I want to share with you guys what supplements I've been taking during this cut because it's kind of changed a little bit. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I love my greens in the morning when I'm cutting especially. It helps me with bloating. I just feel a lot lighter. Another reason I love taking the greens in the morning is it's easy to get in like a full 8-ounce cup of water or just like a large cup of water with the greens because this literally tastes like the best juice ever. Obviously the ingredients are great. There's organic wheatgrass, barley grass, kale, spinach, spirulina, celery, broccoli. There's a ton of great greens in here, so highly recommend that you take a greens when you're cutting. Another supplement that I've been taking every morning or almost every morning is my Oxyshred. Oxyshred is a thermogenic fat burner and I've been taking Oxyshred for a long time now. I will sometimes take it as pre-workout because there is 150 milligrams of caffeine in here, and I don't know what it is, but coffee recently, like for me in the mornings, it doesn't feel like it's been waking me up. I don't know if it's like 100 milligrams just isn't enough for me, but this wakes me up so quickly. That's why I love taking my Oxy in the morning because it just immediately wakes me up. Also tastes amazing, that's a plus. And it is a fat burner, so there are fat burning properties in Oxyshred, so I just feel like it definitely de-bloats me immediately as well when I take Oxyshred. So another reason I love taking this when I cut, I just feel less bloated. Yeah, it just gives me a great boost of energy as well. So these are my two favorite supplements to take while I'm cutting. And then of course my creatine. I get a lot of questions about if I take my creatine while I'm cutting, and I still do. But the only thing I'll say about taking creatine when you're cutting is you need to be drinking a lot of water. Because if you are not drinking enough water, one, there are risks of kidney damage long term if you're taking creatine every day. It's so important that you're drinking enough water and staying hydrated. But I know that there is also more of a risk of that bloating type of side effect. And I think that that can happen because when you don't have enough water in your body, it could start to store water a little bit more and hold on to water because you don't have enough water in your body. So drink your water, guys. If you're gonna take your creatine, just make sure you're staying extra hydrated. I've realized after years of trying to be extra hydrated it's that I need a straw. So if you have a hard time drinking enough water, I highly recommend you get a bottle with a straw. It's so easy. That's kind of like my morning supplement routine. I do my greens, my Oxyshred, and my creatine. I usually put my creatine with my Oxyshred because it doesn't taste like anything. Also wanted to quickly mention EHP has a 20% off sale going on right now, so stock up on your supplements. This is one of the biggest sales I know that they have throughout the year, so stock up, use my code OM10, save some money. These supplements are amazing and they will definitely help you with your cut. So yes,
she gets the vibes.
we appreciate her. I'm at the mall about to bring some of these clothes back, run some errands here, but let's do this. This is really cute. What do you guys think? Ooh, I love this color too. Right or left? It has this little squishy part. It is dinner time, and this is one of my favorite meals to make because it's so easy and I literally love the way this tastes. Like, I'm obsessed with this meal. This was huge during quarantine, but I kind of tweak it a little bit. It's not exactly the same as, what's her name? Emily from TikTok, the salmon recipe with the seaweed. So what I do is I'm actually having 2 pieces of salmon for the protein. They're just little slices. I get sticky rice from Trader Joe's, jasmine rice technically, but any sticky rice will do. And then I do salmon strips, and you're gonna kind of like squish the salmon. What is this called? Break up the salmon. And I seasoned this very well, so rice and salmon together. Once it's pretty well mixed, I'll start to add my toppings onto it. I love to use a spicy mayo. This is just a sriracha mayo. Any type of like spicy sauce I like to put on top. I'm so sad because I don't have my soy sauce, and it's important for this recipe. So I do soy sauce and spicy mayo, and it's fire, guys. Like, it's so good. So I just drizzle that. Won't stop. These are really essential to the recipe because I swear this makes it taste so good, just like the best sushi, but homemade. So you want to kind of press the seaweed down. You don't have to do seaweed, but I love how it tastes. And then you're gonna make it into a little roll. And it's really messy. That's it. It's so bad. Try this one, guys. It's so good.